Hello, my friends, and Happy New Year. I hope you've all been well. I have been wonderful. We are deep into the winter season here in Texas, and it has been so nice. I love the weather this time of year because we never know if we're gonna get rain or snow or a mixture of the two, and it's just really peaceful. For the most part this 2024, I have been hibernating. The last couple of months of 2023 just took so much out of me. I mean, I felt like I was doing something every weekend and I couldn't catch up with time, so it's been so nice to just basically do nothing. And I don't mean do nothing, but like I've said, I've been in hibernation mode. When the new year arrived, I wondered if I should make a resolution or not. So many resolutions that I've made throughout my life, and especially in the past few years, have just fallen by the wayside early on in January, and I didn't want to repeat old patterns. So after much thought, I told myself, no resolutions, just continued ambitions, and maybe focusing on better habits. I didn't want to hit the ground running this year either. Like I said, the last few months of 2023 took so much out of me. I mean, I really could not catch up with time. And it was wonderful. I spent so much time with family and friends, and I did so many wonderful things, but I lost sight of myself and taking care of myself. And this January has been so nice to do that. I heard someone say recently, like nature, we as humans should also take the winter months to rest and relax, to reset the mind and the body. That spring is really the time that you should be setting new goals and striving for the betterment of oneself. And that's what I'm going to do. And I don't mean to be lazy. That's not at all what I mean. But what I do mean is to take time for yourself, not to put so much pressure on yourself in the first month. It's only January. We have 12 months in a year. We have the entire year to play with. So in today's video, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to show you all of the ways I'm giving my body and my mind a hard reset. But before I show you all of that, I'm going to stay in bed a little bit longer and start my new book. Yes, I know that this is an old book. It's been on my TBR shelf for so long, and please don't come at me for that because I've heard wonderful things about this book. I just have not had time to pick it up. So, hard reset number 1, I'm going to read this. But first, I'm going to text Ryan. He's in the other room, and I'd really like a glass of water. So let me text him and get him to bring me some water. This is already really good, but I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna go make some breakfast. But before I do, I've got to talk about my new bedding. I've been wanting new bedding for such a long time now, and Ryan and I usually take really good care of our sheets, but the time has come for an upgrade, which is why I was super excited when Brooklinen reached out to me wanting to work with me and sponsor today's video. So let me take you back to when I got the package in the mail and tell you all about them. My new bedding has arrived. These are from Brooklinen, and they are very kindly sponsoring today's video. Brooklinen is a luxury sheets company creating high-quality home goods to elevate your sleeping experience. I had heard about Brooklinen before from a few of my favorite creators here on YouTube, and when I found out about the quality of their sheets, I just knew I had to get my hands on them. Usually high-quality bed sheets are very expensive, but Brooklinen provides comfort and quality at an affordable price. And Brooklinen has come to me specifically to give you all, my viewers, $20 off any purchase over $100. I will actually have their link in the description below in this video if you want to go check them out. I am very particular about my sleep, and especially the bedding that I sleep with. So having nice quality sheets to make my sleeping experience even more cozy and comfortable is definitely something that is important to me. I chose the classic hardcore sheet bundle, which saves you about 20% more when you bundle all of the items together rather than individually. The bundle includes 1 core sheet set, a duvet cover, and 2 extra pillowcases. These classic Percale sheets are a breathable 270 thread count weave that make it feel like you're sleeping in hotel-style luxury. And not only that, they're perfect for hot sleepers, making it easy for you to stay cool all night long. I'm a hot sleeper, even when the temperature outside is freezing. So when I learned that these sheets keep you cool all night long, I just knew I needed to have them.
They have an array of options, with their best sellers being the Classic and Luxe hardcore sheet bundles, and they cost anywhere between $200 and $300, depending on the size of your bed.
And this is a huge difference comparing it to other luxury sheet brands that can cost anywhere from $500 to $1,200. With Brooklinen, you get luxurious, high-quality bedding at an affordable price.
I love that no matter which bundle you go with, they give you so many options of muted patterns and colors to choose from, so you can mix and match them to achieve the look that best suits you.
I personally chose to have the entire bundle in a cream color because I like to have my bedding neutral to have my throw pillow stand out a little bit more. My 2024 has been so nice because I truly feel like I've been getting some of the best sleep in these sheets. I've been sleeping with these sheets for about a week now, and I can tell you they're some of the softest sheets I've ever had. Super light, super cool. I find it really important to invest in your sleep. So for me, purchasing a set that not only is going to last a long time, but is going to get softer with each and every wash is definitely worth the investment. And these really have. I've washed them twice now and they have really gotten softer. Again, they have given me a special code for you all to use, which can save you $20 off any purchase over $100. By clicking the link in the description box of this video, be sure to use the code FishFoodCottage when you go to checkout. Thank you again to Brooklinen for kindly sponsoring this video. Okay, I'm gonna go make my breakfast. And then I think for the rest of the day, I'm gonna spend it in my bedroom. The sun is out today, which makes the lighting in this room so beautiful. This room just inspires me. So for my hard reset today, I think I'm going to tidy up my room, maybe organize my closet, or just go through my clothes and get rid of some things. And a little later on, I have some other things planned that are going to jumpstart my year. So let's go.
I get some of my most fun and creative ideas in my bedroom, especially when it starts to brighten up in the day. So when I wake up in the mornings and the sun begins to creep through the curtains, I don't want to see piles of laundry or unpleasant corners of clutter. I want to wake up to this beautiful blue space and feel inspired. So when it comes to resetting my mind and my body, I find it important to reset the spaces I see every day too. Creating comfort and ambiance to make me feel relaxed and to put a smile on my face. My bedroom has been in need of a quick tidy up and a bit of redecorating for a little while now. And although this room isn't big enough to rearrange or to add new furniture, other things can definitely be added to make it feel a bit different. I remember the day I moved into this house. It had character in the way that newer builds don't, but it was still pretty drab. The walls were just a cream white color with accented wooden doors, and it smelled a little dingy. I think it took me all of 1 week before I started renovating, and the very first room I tackled was my bedroom. Even then, I knew that having the space I see every morning as an enjoyable one was super important. It's something I needed, and it made me feel so happy. Rearranging and redecorating helps me thrive in other areas of my life. It helps me to be the best person I can be, and it also just makes life more fun. I saw a quote recently that said something like, "Decorating can often be considered frivolous and a noble endeavor, but the simple secret is making sure that every decorating decision contributes to the creation of beauty and comfort. Beauty to uplift our senses or to transcend the mundane, and comfort to make us feel taken care of, to embrace us in the mundane." Whether you're a minimalist, a maximalist, or somewhere in between, taking time to curate beauty around you can be extra beneficial to your daily well-being. This is why I do it all the time. I live and work in my home, and changing up my spaces has kept me sane. And the same goes for decluttering and organizing spaces, like closets and cabinets. I know we're meant to wait for spring to arrive to do what we call spring cleaning, but every year when January hits, it's all I want to do before I can truly enjoy the cold winter months. I can't simply sit down and read a book because in the back of my mind, I know there's something that I could clean out. So to feel like I'm truly resetting myself in my home, I do these things. It's like, if I get these things out of the way, I can go back to romanticizing the mundane without thinking there's a Monica clutter closet from Friends scenario breathing down my neck. Now, I bet you're saying to yourself, "Shelby, this doesn't look like you're hibernating or giving yourself a self-care day." But to me, it truly is, because I'm taking time away from my social life and work to put my home in a shape that I think will help me to feel comfortable and happy. And I feel that that's what really matters when it comes to feeling at home.
The room feels so nice and refreshing. I'm so glad I took today to reorganize. It really does make me feel like I'm resetting my mind and my body, and I think starting with my bedroom was a really great choice. But now, I'm going to move on to journaling. I know it's what everyone does in the new year. I've never been great at it, so I'm hoping that this year I will do a little bit better. I bought a new journal in a color that I wouldn't normally pick, hoping that it would help me to actually do it. I'm not sure how that math works out, but it just did for me in the moment when I was choosing it. And it's such a cute one. So I think I have a new method to journaling that might keep me at it as well, that has something to do with creativity as well as habit tracking and a few other fun things that will help me to open up. So let's get started on that.
I have never been good at journaling. Even when I was a young girl, the idea of having a diary was much different to me than actually writing in one. I probably have a box full of old journals and diaries that are all started but never finished, which is something I've always really despised about myself. So this year I've decided I would start journaling every day. But this time around I'm taking a different approach by pulling some inspiration from a few lovely journals I've seen browsing Instagram and Pinterest. Another big goal of mine every year is to do something creative every single day. And while a majority of my days are spent doing something creative, it's not a practice I implement into my everyday. When I was in art school, I was creative each and every single day, and I miss that. I miss how naturally ideas would come to me and how much my creativity thrived. So I thought to myself, if I do a mixture of tracking my habits and daily journaling with something creative like adding little sketches integrated throughout, I could potentially achieve 2 goals in one. As you can see here, I've kind of already gotten set up. I sketched the first couple of pages in the journal to help me get a jump start. So far, I really like the way this has turned out. The florals I've added to the first page make me really happy when I first open the cover, and it just puts me in a good mood to start the next few pages. I've also decided to add in a few pages that aren't just habit tracking and journaling, like this library page where I can add in all the books that I might end up reading this year. I have 40 here, but I'm not at all putting pressure on myself to actually read 40. If I do, I'll be glad to have this page to look back on to see the progress that I've made. And I decided, since I want to prioritize self-care this year, I would add in this little game. I took some inspiration from TikTok's Roll for Sandwich here, if you know, you know, where I added 20 activities that always help me feel better. And on days where I'm feeling not so great and need a pick-me-up, I'll grab Ryan's 20-sided die and roll for a self-care activity. Having this to always come back to when I need ideas is something I am super excited about. As for bringing in some creativity, my plan with this year's journal is to pick a theme for every month to sketch around. The theme for this January is obviously winter, but I didn't want to just draw up some snowflakes and call it done. So I sketched up this window that shows a bit of snow here and there with some decorations sitting around the windowsill. That's when the idea for the rest of the theme came to me. Why don't I tie in the idea that this window belongs to a cute cottage and we're getting a glimpse into that cottage from that window? And what came to mind is to add in a few shelves with cute little objects that you might see in the cottage, like books, candles, and antiques. This page I was completely inspired by a cottage kitchen and added in little cute things you'd see on shelves in that kitchen. I thought this was great because it adds visual intrigue to the empty spaces of the calendar and habit tracker pages. I have a feeling having these cute little illustrations are going to make me want to open this up every day to actually track my days. As for the habit tracker, I didn't want to add in too much in the beginning. I just went with the obvious things like drinking water every day, taking vitamins, reading, exercise, sugar intake, etc. Having a limited set of habits to track makes it less overwhelming and easier to do daily. And next to the habits, I added the sleep tracker that coincides with my stress and mood levels. I kind of messed this page up because all of the days should be lined up with one another for each tracker, but that's okay. It's only the first month that I've messed up on, so I know to make it work better for February and the rest of the year.
It's so cute. I love the way it's turned out so far. I've taken much inspiration from a few of the things I've seen on Pinterest, which I mentioned before, and I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait to delve in deeper throughout the months to see where it goes. And I'm going to journal in it too, so having my thoughts written down as well as my habits is really fun. I can't wait to track my reading and use this roll for self-care, which I think I'm gonna do now. It's a perfect day for it. I'm resetting my mind and my body. I might as well put this thing to use. So let's get to that. I am so excited. Now I have what is called a D20, or what I call a 20-sided die from D&D. It's Ryan's. I'm gonna use it for this roll for self-care and see what we get. All right, and I think I'm gonna roll twice because why not? There's no reason that I shouldn't. Okay. 16. Dye my hair. Okay, now I know that if I were to use this on another day and my hair were already dyed, I wouldn't be able to do that, but it's actually perfect for today because my roots are terrible and I've been wanting to go darker anyway. So I think that that is perfect. Now let's roll one more time. 8, movie marathon. How perfect. After cleaning my room, I can put on some movies. It'll be perfect after I dye my hair. I'll get into bed and watch all of my favorite movies. But I don't have any hair dye, so I'm gonna make a Target run, pick up some hair dye, and I think let's just go ahead and add a number 3 to that self-care and buy some snacks to go with our movies. So I'm gonna go. We'll meet you back here when I start dyeing my hair. I love it so much. It turned out to be exactly the color I wanted it to be. Although it's a little patchy in some areas, but oh well. These are the woes of doing your own hair at home. I'll just have to get another box and fix up those areas. Okay, now it's time for that movie marathon that I rolled for earlier. I'm thinking rom-coms, maybe something that'll make me cry. I don't know, we'll just have to see what's available on all the streaming platforms. Okay, I'm gonna get my cozy blanket and my snacks and we're gonna get to it.
Dress to wear now.
I say a little prayer for you.
Forever and ever, you say. Kimmy says if you love someone, you say it. You say it right then, out loud. Otherwise, the mood just
Passes you by.
passes you.
That movie is so good. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I needed a really good cry and that gave me one. Okay, let's watch something else that'll make me cry. Let's move on to The Notebook. The Notebook.
Dad and I used to come out here and lay down and watch the lights change. Watch them go from green to red to yellow.
Okay.
You're born, you know it. You wouldn't be here if there wasn't something missing.
You son of a bitch.
Did you just stay with me?
Stay with you. What for? Look at us. We're already fighting.
Well, we do. We fight. You tell me when I'm being an arrogant son of a bitch, and I tell you when you're being a pain in the ass.
I don't know why I do this to myself. I think I'm ready for something more upbeat, so let's maybe watch The Princess Diaries. But before I start my last movie, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. It's been really fun sharing with you how I've put my mind and my body in a reset, and this is very, very helpful. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, friends.